Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, June 19th. Good Erev Shabbos. Shabbos Kodesh Parshat Shelach. Shabbos Mavarchem. We're going to bench Rosh Chodesh Tammuz, which is going to be on Monday and Tuesday. And thank you, everybody, for signing up for all the minyanim for Shabbos and for during the week. Thank God the system is working well, and we appreciate everybody's cooperation and understanding. Let's begin with some really great news. Baruch Hashem, we had a lot of Mazel Tovs this week. So Mazel Tov to Jonathan Pashalis on his engagement to Julie Burke, to Meirav and Danny. Mazel Tov to you. We look forward to a simcha, and we know that we have always beautiful, beautiful simcha. So Mazel Tov to Jonathan. Mazel Tov to Elizabeth and Michael Dishi on the birth of their son, which is their firstborn. By the time this goes to publication, I hope that the bris will have taken place. I don't know the name yet, but Mazel Tov to the grandparents. So to Rachel Davidson, Mazel Tov to you on the birth of your first grandchild. Mark Fish, Mazel Tov to you on the birth of your first grandchild, which means Mazel Tov to Lynn and Erwin Fish on the birth of their first great-grandchild. So great to see continuing generations here in the shul. And I remember well Elizabeth and Michael's wedding. What a beautiful affair that was. And now to see your children having children, really, really what a blessing. So you should only have continued nachas and simcha. What a way to go into Shabbos. Mazel Tov to Jenny Grad. Jenny Grad got engaged yesterday to Rabbi Moshe Ganek. So Raz and Michael, Mazel Tov. That's pretty good. You became grandparents, 2 engagements. Baruch Hashem, we like to have the simchas. I know it's been a challenging year, but we like to have the simchas hopefully outweighing all the other, and you should just continue to enjoy nachas from all of your children, and maybe we can head over to Israel, and we could give Pinchas a little bit of a nudge. We'll get him going too, but there's only so much we could do in real life. So great to have simchas here in shul and to be able to celebrate it. And we look forward to when we can all really be together to have these smachot celebrated accordingly. Please remember that on Monday, also Monday afternoon, we're having our special graduation celebration. Ice cream, who doesn't like ice cream? So come, have some ice cream, see your friends, take a picture, come daven, whatever it might be. That's going to be on Monday. And of course, as we go into Shabbos, please continue to daven for Refuah Shalema and all of your tefillas every single day for Mordechai ben Elko, Rab Rafal Zev ben Rickel, Gittel bas Sarah, Noah Alice bat Lilach, Esther, Rezel bas Sarah, and all those in Klal Yisrael and all over the world that need our prayers for healing and for feeling better. And also let's continue to pray for the families of those who are not well, because when someone's not well, it also affects those who are well, and all the undertakings they have and the pressures and trying to balance things. So again, let's keep all of the families in mind in our tefillas. Our Dvar Torah dedication today was I guess it's a surprise. I'm not even sure, but I mean, if it's not, it won't be now. But Shari Beth Suskin and the entire crew, so that's Jacob and Ali, Ben and Noah, are sponsoring in honor of our co-president, Jeff Suskin. Wishing Jeff a happy Father's Day. Jeff, who serves as a role model for the family, but not only for the family, but for our shul. And I can tell you this firsthand, having worked with Jeff as co-president over the last 2 years and well beyond that. But I can certainly attest and wish well. So happy Father's Day, and happy Father's Day to all of the dads out there who celebrate. And let's also think of those who are aspiring dads, those who would like to be fathers one day, and may that blessing come to you in the proper time. So our Dvar Torah today in honor of Jeff, and I think this will pretty much sum up Jeff's attitude, and something that we can all learn from, something that I've learned from, certainly over the last 2 years, working together, as Jeff has really done an incredible job together with Mike in helping to run our shul. So we have the story of the Meraglim this week, the spies. And we know how it ends, and that the spies bring back a negative report. 10 out of 12 bring a negative report. The people go for it. They cry, they whine. I don't know, let's go back. Jews doing what Jews do best. They complain. They protest against Moshe and Aaron. What are you doing to us? Why do we have this? And of course, the fateful decree where God says, well, I'm not going to kill you, but I'll tell you what, 40 years in the desert, 40 days in the touring of the land, to correspond with that 40 years in the desert in which you will not be able to go into the land of Israel. So it's actually quite sad that the generation that lived through the slavery and saw the miracles of the plagues, the miracles of the crossing of the sea, the giving of the Torah at Sinai, and they can't finish the job. They can't get out of their own way, and they can't go into the land of Israel. It's only the next generation. It's actually a very, very sad commentary, and it's perhaps the low point in the Chumash in this week's Parsha, because this generation that had seen so much, and yet they can't see it to its completion. They can't see it to its fruition. It's sort of like the macro version of looking at Moshe Rabbeinu's life. Moshe Rabbeinu also, it's one of the saddest things in all of Jewish history, is that after everything that he did, and he couldn't go into the land of Israel, where you and I can, hit a few buttons and we could be there in a few hours. Well, normal times. But we can go, and I always have that feeling whenever I go to Israel of, wow, I get to do something that Moshe Rabbeinu never got to do. And I can do so easily. But the spies were not all in agreement. Yehoshua and Kalev were positive thinkers. As a matter of fact, Kalev says the famous words, he says, Alona Aleh, which means that, no, people said, we can't go to Israel, they're giants, it's insurmountable obstacles, we'll never be able to do that. And Kalev said, no, Alona Aleh, we can go. Rashi says we could even go into the heavens. Because even though he wasn't necessarily talking in a physical sense, but it was a mindset. It was a mindset of, we can overcome, we can elevate ourselves, we can be super positive, we can be accomplishers. And so many times, especially dealing with communal life, what makes something happen is not so much what actually gets done, but it's the attitude towards what's getting done. We could have the best idea in the world, and all it takes is one naysayer to say, it'll never work. It'll cost too much money. You guys will never accomplish it. But if we have a can-do attitude of Alona Aleh, people who are real leaders are people that say that, you know what, I understand that there are challenges, I understand that there are complications, and I understand that maybe the plan is not perfect. But nonetheless, that shouldn't take away from our attitude, from our mindset of Alona Aleh, we can surely do this. We can rise to the challenge, literally Alona Aleh, to rise to the challenge, and we can make things happen. I'm blessed in my position here in the shul to have leadership that has Alona Aleh attitude. Our presidents, particularly I'm talking about Jeff, it's not a knock against Mike, it's just that, the Suskins are sponsoring today. But Mike, if your family wants to, another day I'll say nice things about you too. But our accomplishments here in the shul, and trust me, we recognize great challenges ahead of us. We recognize, especially over the last 3 months, about what it took to get everything going and to make sure everything's functioning, to make sure the lights are on, etc., etc. Which is why we always ask, and we count on your help. This is the time of year when we ask for your help to partake in our virtual journal and to support and honor those that are dear to us, Barbara and Andy Hutter, Yoni Glatt. But that's because, we have leadership that recognizes that, maybe it's a difficult time to ask for money, but Alona Aleh, we could do it. We have to do it. Jeff embodies that quality. Jeff, who's seen challenges in life and has been able always to overcome them, and to do so with a smile, and to do so with real leadership qualities, which undoubtedly comes from Bayonne, New Jersey, because we all know that everything in the Suskins' life, everything goes through Bayonne, New Jersey, originates from Bayonne, New Jersey. If you want to drive to Manhattan, I think you have to drive through Bayonne. If you want to drive from Livingston to West Orange, you have to go through Bayonne. Maybe that's a halacha in the Suskin family, I don't know. But I know that this can-do attitude of Alona Aleh is something that is a real leadership quality, something that Jeff possesses, and something that really comes off to anyone that knows Jeff. So, Jeff, wishing you a happy Father's Day. Wishing everybody here a Shabbat Shalom. And as we are now in difficult times, but we see ourselves slowly rising and emerging out of the difficulty, hopefully into some sense of normal. But if we have the attitude of Alona Aleh, if we follow Jeff's line and we just say, you know what, we can do this. We got this. It might be different, it might be challenging, it might be annoying even. But Alona Aleh, we can do this. And I know that each and every one of you with leadership like we have will be really in better shape because we have this attitude. So wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom. Again, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. And I hope you enjoy your weekend and have everybody, I'll see you soon here in Shul.